It's the Daily Dog.
Hey y'all, welcome back to the Daily Doug. I am thankful that you are hanging out with us today as we start a brand new week of music here at the Daily Doug. It is a Monday, and y'all, since it's a Monday, you know what's coming. It's a Metal Monday, and I am glad that you are here for it because we are going to be looking at music from a band that has not yet appeared on any of our episodes, and they are making their appearance today. The band is Savatage. So I have had Savatage on the list for months, y'all. A lot of people have been asking for music from them, and I didn't really know a lot about them, but it was during the Christmas season. We did an episode for some music from Trans-Siberian Orchestra, and everybody says, okay, now that you've done a reaction to the Trans-Siberian Orchestra, you've got to get to their mother band, the band that sort of came first, and that is Savatage. So I had these guys selected to come in on a Metal Monday here in January, and today's the day. This particular song, Hall of the Mountain King, was suggested to us by our friend Dave over on Facebook. Thank you, Dave. As I read in, Savatage is a heavy metal band from America. They were founded all the way back in 1979. And members of this band formed various other side projects over the years, including and most notably the very well-known Trans-Siberian Orchestra, which is how I know these guys. As I look in, Dave suggested Hall of the Mountain King, and of course that piqued my interest because I know those words, and I most notably know them based on the Peer Gynt suite by Edvard Grieg. And as I was reading it, I'm like, are they going to use some of this this pre-existing music and tie it in with some metal? That would be fun. And I read that if I want to hear any of the quotes from Peer Gynt, I need to go to the previous song before Hall of the Mountain King called Prelude to Madness. So we're going to listen to both of them. For those of you that want a little bit of a primer on the composer Edvard Grieg, he was a Norwegian composer. He was active in writing in the latter part of the 1800s. And the music that we know as these Peer Gynt suites were originally written as part of Grieg's incidental music written for a play by the same name. And he ended up taking the best portions of all of that incidental music for the play and putting it into two different four-movement suites. And that's how I know the music best that we're going to hear. So I'm interested to see what they're going to do with it. It looks like Hall of the Mountain King, although it draws its title from this historic play and the music, looks like it's a completely newly composed song with its own music and its own sort of lyrical look and take on this story. So I'm excited to dive in. We've got John Oliva on lead vocals and piano. Chris Oliva is on guitars, Johnny Lee Middleton on bass and backing vocals, and Steve Wachholz on drums and percussion. So we're going to start with Prelude to Madness, and then we're going to go right into Hall of the Mountain King from Savatage, all the way back, released in 1987. These are the studio recordings. All right, here we go, y'all. Starts with some wind, some thunder. Bell tolling, thunder. Half step. Another half step. Hear it? Step by half steps. And they go to Mars instead. That's Holst. Well, hang on. That's from Mars, the Bringer of War, from the Planets by Holst. I was expecting Edvard Grieg. I think that will come. In the original Mars, it's in 5/4. This is in 4/4. They've straightened the meter out, and they're a step lower, sounds like, than the original Hulse, which as I remember, is in G, and this one is in F. We're gonna keep rolling. Tritone up to 5. And it stays on 5. Such a famous melody, isn't it? Two main phrases that kind of repeat. These second ones are like on the dominant. Their iterations. And he goes back to, whoa, it's way in the wrong key. If you're quoting Peer Gynt, it's way in the wrong key. But the melody is there. The counter melody in the guitar is cool. That's going to end this track, I believe. I have it set so that they're going to stop in between. That's interesting, though, isn't it? Yeah, that one's done. Prelude to Madness. And that segues directly into Hall of the Mountain King, so we're going to start that one now. Here we go. And they stay on that minor 5 chord to make it. Where they say, flat 5. Cool.
In a land caught between time and space, where the books of life lay. With the air, this castle of stone, the mountain king roams on
so far away, the land caught between time and space.
Not the only one.
I love these fantastical stories in this metal music. Nice.
In the heart of the mountain king.
Back to 1. Woo! I don't think I've ever heard any of his vocals.
Keep watch on his kingdom and the mysteries that sleep safe inside.
Guitar riff is cool.
His hall, its towers of stone shall not be overthrown.
His towers of stone shall not be overthrown, for eternity is guarded by the king. Insanity and the power that it brings.
It's sad to see what the power that it brings. Madness reigns.
It's a cool chord. I think he's on. Cool.
In the heart of the mountain.
Yeah, the chord is flat 6 to harmonize that melody to get back into the main riff.
When the hall of the mountain king.
Excuse me, can't quite get that high today. graceful, they're not overpowering, they fit right in with everything that they're doing. They're talking about, hang on a second. They're talking a little bit about how power can corrupt the mind and how isolation can corrupt the mind as well, and how nothing good can come of that when you're so just disconnected from the realities and the wants and dreams and life of society around you. And you could be the king, but you're still nuts. Let's keep going. Same riff over the flat 6. Same riff over the flat 7. Like the one. Same note. That's a C, and it works over all of those 3 different, sort of parallel chords. No, the high note was a C. He was on a lower note, I think, a G. Big guitar solo. Those are cool. That's a cool riff. It uses a flat 5 and a flat 7 before it gets back to the 1. A lot of color. Favorite. It's not my favorite, or I'll be truthful. It's not my favorite kind of music. I don't know if this is my favorite.
In the hall of the mountain king.
But it's very successful, and what they're doing. It's very well produced. The riffs are great. It's just not quite hitting me in the feels. There it is. A little classical for you. It's like, woo! And he's separated from reality. The king is like, there's your tonic chord. There you go. And he's like, I'm on this note, y'all. And then what's happening at the end of that? Maybe it was going into the next song. I don't know. But wow. I actually was taken by that little ending much more than kind of the rest of it. These guys were around when I was a kid, and I could have listened to them, but I never really, I didn't have folks in my circles that were saying, Savatage, you gotta listen to this. So I'm new to it. I really do enjoy the way that this particular band and these musicians take inspiration from these older pieces of music that have very well-known melodies, and they put their stamp on it and make it sort of into their sound. That's laudable, I think it's worthy. There's a bunch of stuff around there. Take some inspiration from what some of the artists that have come before you have done. The way that they did it was kind of strange in ways. I mean, Mars, they put Mars at the beginning of it, from Holst, the planets. They did it in their own key and their own meter, but you could tell that it was still Mars. And then when they get to the Peer Gynt, yum pum 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 pim pum pum pim pum, that stuff. As I recall, that's originally in B minor, and they're down in F minor, like a tritone away. It's like you still get the tune, but to my mind that's heard the other stuff, it felt completely new and in a new context. And then they go into the Mountain King song and just kind of rip it up from there. Fun stuff. Like I said, I wasn't like jumping out of my seat going, holy crap, but it's really cool stuff. And we'll see if we can get to some more Savatage in the coming weeks. So thanks to Dave for suggesting that, and everybody for helping me figure out just who the guys in the Trans-Siberian Orchestra, or who some of the folks are in their other professional and musical life. Savatage. Prelude to Madness and Hall of the Mountain King from side 2, the beginning of side 2 of the Hall of the Mountain King album from 1987. Fun stuff. Thanks, y'all, for being with me on a Metal Monday. We'll see you next time on another edition of The Daily Doug.